Hi everybody, it's Brittany. Welcome back. So today I'm actually doing a tag. It's what's in my fridge and pantry tag. It was tagged, I was tagged from a woman named Omo from Caddy Recipes. She makes really good African dishes, so you should check out her YouTube channel. So alright, let's just get started. We haven't been food shopping in a while for like fresh vegetables and meat, so we don't really have too much of that. But basically on the side, you know, eggs, butter, and I'm just going to really point out like the interesting stuff. So this is the Uzu chili paste that I was telling you about. This is actually bacon fat. I always save bacon fat. Shrimp paste, chilies. This, actually I'm not sure what that is. This is anchovy oil. These are bamboo shoots that are in some chili oil. This is Dom's, what is this, Dom? It's, what is that?
Gui hua.
Gui hua, and it tastes really good on top of cookies when he bakes cookies. This is my zesty horseradish jelly I was telling you about. This is also Dom's. This is pineapple, sort of like a jam. He made it for a cookie as well. These are different kinds of jams. This is Worcestershire sauce, Thai sauce. This is interesting. This is some preserved lemons. I always have capers. Always have capers in the fridge. More anchovy oil. We should probably put those together. Dijon mustard, tahini. This is mayonnaise. I usually make my own mayonnaise, but for times where I'm just either really lazy or we don't have any eggs, I might, you know, use store-bought. This is pickled jalapenos. I always use that. This is where we keep our ground coffee. Just like this. It's like in the grinder. That way I can just add more whenever I want. These are the Mandela olives. Ketchup. This is interesting stuff too. This is star fruit, some kind of syrup. You have to dilute it with water and drink it, and it's supposed to be good for your throat if you have a sore throat. This is, you know, just the regular fruits and vegetables. Like I said, we are kind of low right now, but, you know, some chilies, cilantro, potatoes, nothing really that interesting. This is our organic, local, plain yogurt that we buy from an organic store here in Taiwan. This is like when I cut open vegetables, I usually like save it in this kind of fashion. This is actually oil that has like herbs flavored in it from when I had feta cheese in here, and I just save the oil and cook with it. Nothing really interesting over here. When I defrost meat, I always like defrost it on a plate. That way, you know, if anything leaks out, it won't get on the fridge. Some fruit. This is actually pomegranate seeds. I just de-seeded it and put it in Tupperware, and I'll put that in, like, mix it with yogurt or on cereal or on salads. It's really nice too. This is herb butter that I made a few months ago, and I had it in the freezer and I just defrosted it, so I'll keep it in Tupperware like this. And it's great for cooking, or you could just put it on like a sandwich and it's delicious. This, I know it's like the meat draw, but I actually use it for cold cuts because I like make a lot of sandwiches. I love sandwiches. So this is just grated Parmesan cheese. This is some ham, some tortilla, and some more cheese that we got from Costco. I thought that this was a good tag just so I can show you how we store things, because I think, I don't know, maybe you can learn some tips, or maybe I can learn some tips from watching the other tags about this. So basically, like, this is our ground beef, and I've stored it in like hamburger form. That way if we want a hamburger, you know, we could do that. And often I'll cook alone, or like Dom will be working all night, so I just want like a small amount for myself. You know, I don't want to defrost a huge amount. Keep our coffee in here, some berries, and I do stuff like this. This is actually celery. I'm going to use this specifically for stock, because I notice with celery you always have to buy it in huge bulk, so I just freeze it, and then when I make chicken stock I'll just use this instead, and it works perfectly fine. These are more tortillas, just frozen. These are like dinner rolls that I just freeze when I want like a little sandwich, and I just wrap it in tin foil, put it in the oven, defrost. We freeze our butter. We freeze a lot, actually, which is good. Yep, butter. This is tomato sauce that I had made. Oh, this is meatballs. Pineapple. That's Dom's. And then this is my stuff on the side for like where I make stock. So like this is shrimp shells. A lot of it is seafood. Crab, fish heads. This is actually frozen chipotles. I should probably defrost that and use that. This is also, so Dominic did this because he has a sweet tooth, so he does a lot of like the baking and the sweet stuff in the house. When we had fresh mangoes during the summertime, he just cut them up and froze them. And I also showed you before that I saved my cheese rinds in here, and then from my Parmesan cheese, so when I'm making stew in the wintertime, I'll just put a cheese rind in there instead of so much salt, and it flavors it. It gives it a nice flavor. And this is some homemade dough that Dom made. He makes a lot of dough, which is great. Polenta. I'm sure it doesn't have to be frozen, but that's just kind of what I do. So the pantry is pretty organized. I just organized it actually because it was a little messy, but this is how we like to try to keep it. So over here in this one is all our flours and sugars. Dom does a lot of baking, so we always have a lot of different interesting flours and stuff like that. And you know, he always stocks up on flour and different kinds of sugar. This is rock sugar. I actually want to try to braise meat with some rock sugar, like a sort of Chinese pork or something. Haven't gotten around to that yet. This little guy is just some baking ingredients, like things that you always need: baking powder, baking soda, gelatin. Nothing really special in there. And then over here, this whole bin is dedicated to Dom's tea collection. He really likes the local teas and he bakes with it pretty often. So there's just a lot of really interesting, really nice tea in here. This one is actually Thai tea, if you've ever had like Thai red tea. And Dominic makes ice cream with it, and it is the most amazing thing. Oh. This is, what is this, Dom? It's like green, Japanese green tea with toasted rice, right? Mm-hmm. It's really good. And then over here is just some more baking staples for him. So this is really like Dom's sort of baking shelf, kind of. Candied ginger, almond paste, stuff like that. And then this box is just for breadcrumbs and for pasta, because we eat a lot of pasta and we use a lot of breadcrumbs. So we have Japanese panko breadcrumbs, and then we also have Italian breadcrumbs. And I usually make this, like if we have bread that goes stale, I'll just put it in a food processor. And then, you know, you can keep your oil in a dark pantry and your olive oil will last longer and it will keep better. And then over here is more like starches and carbs. I already showed you these that I got. These were the dried chilies. This is kind of interesting. Black sesame powder. It tastes really good when you make like peanut sauce and you put a little black sesame powder in there. Some rice, different kinds of beans, nothing really too exciting. This is like for camping. These are just sort of to-go foods when Dom and I go camping, or if Dom goes camping by himself because he takes his bicycle. And then over here is just all our canned food. We eat a lot of canned chickpeas and canned black beans. And of course, we always have like whole peeled tomatoes and tomato paste. And I brought this back. This is chipotle chilies. More anchovies. We always cook with anchovies pretty often. And these are green chilies from Trader Joe's. I'm gonna probably cook with these. This is where we would usually keep fruit, but since we haven't gone shopping in a while, we don't really have anything over there right now. But so this over here is where we keep Dom's like baking essentials, like parchment paper, his scale, measuring cups, and then this is his little section too. These are like some special baking oils and more like baking powder and, you know, just stuff that he uses often. And we hang our measuring equipment over here. And then this is all of mine and his spices. And he actually, one of his students went to New York City and went to the Chelsea market and gave this to us. I guess they didn't like it. It's Thai ginger salt. It is so good and interesting. And, you know, we have wasabi paste. We have a lot of interesting spices here. We try to, you know, I like to mess around with spices a lot. So I always try to have, like, a lot of different ones, and I try to use them as often as possible. I try to use organic as often as possible. It's not, you know, it's not easy to do here in Taiwan, but I try. So yeah, anyway, that's basically it. So I'm going to tag 3 people as well. I'll put the links either on this video or in the description box so you can look for them. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next time. Bye-bye.